All right. So now that you have an idea of what the American Veteran is all about, let's take a minute to focus on the actual platform. There are a lot of moving pieces to this creative process. So let's start by walking through a visual breakdown of the components which actually make up the platform. So what you're seeing right here is an actual diagram consisting of the 7 components that under which I have everything organized within the platform. These components control the user experience, process automation, simple things like memberships, in addition to some of the other processes that the user will experience as they make use of what's available to them. Let me give you a breakdown of it, of that same platform. Once you expand it out, once you expand each of the components, you have a different view. And again, let's start with, you've got memberships, right? This is how we manage memberships. The platform has a built-in crowdfunding component built in. So if you're a user, even as a free user, you're allowed to create crowdfunding campaigns for projects, or future projects that you will be working on. In addition to that, you've got the actual targeting of the audiences that the community focuses on. We're talking about a breakdown of multiple audiences, from youth, LGBTQ plus community, the Pan-African community, the Black American Veteran community, the American community, which is your general, and I even have an option here for the homeless community. And yeah, if you're homeless, that ability to work towards some type of solution to change you or change your circumstances, right? The platform will support that. There's an e-commerce solution, right? One that allows you to, with multiple brands. We've got different brands that I've created off of the American Veteran. We got a brand for young American veterans, Black American veterans, LGBTQ. We got Pan-African apparel, products and accessories. And then on the flip side, you've got the community aspect, which is the system that controls the accounts, passwords, the resources that you have access to, groups, forums, project management tools, your ability to actually create a project, a wiki or a portfolio, store that project on the platform. And again, like I said, you've got a hosting component that actually controls, that automates the assignment of websites to all of the members. So, and I get into that later, but basically, again, if you're a civilian or if you're a individual, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to fall up under the community membership strategy, which automates you or assigns you one website. You'll take that website, configure it to your liking, and then you monetize it, and then scale it, and we'll help you with that. And the goal there is to say, hey, listen, if you've never had an online marketing project, and if you would like to know how that process works, how to build a wealth building product, and actually figure out how to generate revenue, and let's say a work from home or home-based business, this is where you will actually get to do that. That's one of the things I've always one of the issues I've always wanted to address, is that answer all of those questions, right? How do I get started? Well, where do I go? Who do I talk to? How much is it going to cost? Well, what I've done with the American Veteran is I've lumped everything into this process. You pick the membership. There are multiple memberships that may be assigned. Either way, once you upgrade to that membership, you still get assigned an individual website. I've even taken it a step further and added a coaching component, which actually helps you to define your goals, right? Create actionable steps that we can then take to create that project, and then figure out what your purpose is. and you build your project around those goals. So a lot of gaps that are normally missed when it comes to product development, I've addressed them here for you to make things kind of easy. It's not going to be totally easy, but it's kind of easy, right? It takes some of the burden off your shoulder. It actually decreases the learning curve, reduces the administrative overhead, because a lot of what you would have to go out and buy is already baked into the platform. So think about it like that. You need a website, it's there. Certain plugins will be made available to you. Memberships, access to resources are role-based. So based on the membership, that is what determines what you have access to. So of course, as a community membership, you're not going to have access to a whole lot, right? And then on the flip side, you've got businesses. So if you're a business, I'm going to give you 2 websites, right? Because one strategy is focused on marketing the individual, right? But then the other strategy is then using the individual to send traffic to the actual business website. So you get 2 websites for the price of one, and then you get access to a totally different set of resources that the community memberships may not have access to. And that's going to be like themes. You're going to have more themes that you can pick from. You're going to have a different set of plugins that you also have access to. So again, role-based access is controlling a lot of that. And what else? Support. There's a support component built into the platform, and it's email-based. And then I'm also adding in the live chat component, which you'll be able to buy, which will give you the ability to chat live with the with someone. But by default, you've got a community group, support group, feedback group that you can post questions to. You've got community forums, right? Support, feedback forums. And then you've got an email ticketing system that basically allows you to create an email, create a ticket by sending an email to one of the email addresses. And you can actually go to the support site and simply create a ticket from scratch within the site as well. And then that'll create the email for you and get things rolling. We'll communicate via email to resolve any of the issues. In addition, you have the ability to go in and purchase products, support products. Let's say if you build a website, you don't want to build it yourself, you can actually go in and buy a website installation product and have that done for you automatically. So that's a lot is entailed inside of this platform for you to make things totally easy, to actually empower you and actually help you to scale. Because think about it, once you get this down packed, you're going to duplicate it. That's what you're supposed to do. You figure out, duplicate, replicate, whatever, and you try to work towards increasing your efforts twofold, whether that be your financial or whatever intentions you have. But that, in a nutshell, is a visual breakdown of how the American Veteran Network is designed. Going forward, in the next video, we'll talk about the memberships in more detail.